Hello StarCraft fans, this is Falcon Paladin coming to you with yet another daily Legacy of the Void upload. This is a game between ShoWTimE and Serral on Dusk Towers. In the bottom side of the map we have the red Protoss player representing the nation of Germany. It is ShoWTimE. And in the top side of the map we have the blue Zerg player representing the nation of Finland and my insanity. It is Serral. So PvZ on Dusk Towers, my favorite matchup of all time on a map that I really like too. Dusk Towers just has a lot of good places to drop. Some sneaky gold bases you can take too if you want behind these rocks. You can hide them or do harassment from the high ground on this fourth base. There's a lot of fun features that a lot of players really enjoy. I don't think anybody has this map vetoed. I'm trying to think of anybody that would. Just Terran and Protoss like it for the safe expansion back here. Zerg like it for the safe 3 expansions they could take fairly easily. But here comes a probe for ShoWTimE, and he does get the block. He gets the block on the hatchery. Oh no! Serral is so annoyed. The probe just dancing around, taking some nips on the back there from the drone, and is going to be able to actually chase it away. Yes, the probe is going to get out of there. The drone not going to throw it on the hatch because, look at that, Serral is forced to take the hatch down here. He preferred to have it on this low ground. I think Zerg players feel like it's easier to defend this ramp and this base than rather bouncing back and forth between this and your ramp if you're under attack. So not a huge deal, not really game breaking for Serral, but again, he would prefer to have his first hatchery down here. But in the end, I'm not sure how much it really matters. Another drone here stabbing away with its little teeth and claws. And does it have claws or just mouth? Kind of a mouth. Oh, a pylon block from ShoWTimE. ShoWTimE, you scamp. What are you doing? Why are you throwing down a pylon there? Why you gotta be like that, says Serral. I wanted to put a hatchery down. He has enough minerals for it. Look at this. ShoWTimE just delaying Serral as much as he can. Oh, and he cancels. Okay, so he does cancel it, allowing Serral to put down the hatch. Says, I'm sorry, bro. I didn't mean to do that. Why don't I go ahead, let you get that third hatch down. Check you, make sure you actually did it. Because a 2-base Zerg is much different from a 3-base Zerg. Go back in, see what's going on in the Zerg base. There's a spawning pool, but no gas. Look at this. No gas on either or any of these 4 extractors, which tells me he's planning on droning up like crazy, not getting speed, not being too aggressive. I wonder if ShoWTimE's going to take a third Nexus here. Looks like he is going for the standard. I believe he went Nexus first, into a gateway, into Cybernetics Core, into another gateway. This has to be adept pressure here. I don't know what else it would be from ShoWTimE. As the Cyber Core finishes, this probe running around, just trying to hide from the lings that are now out on the field, just running to and fro, making sure there are no pylons, no cannons, anything you need to worry about. ShoWTimE not doing this very standard, but this right here is super standard, having the 2 adepts coming on out, being not being chrono boosts. Oh, there we go. Okay, ShoWTimE waited for me to say that. Yes, double chrono boost here from both of those Nexus on to these guys. The adepts will be heading on out, and is that the Mothership Core? Yep, Mothership Core just hatched. I don't know if it's a hatch, more of a warp in, but it kind of sounds like a hatch. These lings trying to get the probe, not going to happen. The adept shows up to be the probe's savior, and whack. There it goes. 1 ling does die. The adept's chasing the rest down. 2 adepts on the way across the field, and the Mothership Core on a bit of a mission of her own. All right, a probe coming too. Are we going to see some offensive photon overcharges? I think we are. I think we are, ShoWTimE. So Serral, in preparation for this, is getting some queens and some lings. Now getting some extractors back here on this base, just now popping. Ka-pink. But he's not going to have speed anytime soon. He's going to have to deal with this pretty much with lings and queens. Can he make it happen? Here we go. Adepts walk right on in. Kill a creep tumor. There are 3 queens here now, though. 1 popping just right in time. 2 pylons are being constructed. Oh, meanwhile, the adepts do manage to get into the natural here and start killing some workers. Lings chasing after them as well. Can the pylons finish? 1 does get killed there. The other one isn't going to finish. Is ShoWTimE going to be able to get this down? And no, he cancels it. Gets 75 minerals back. Meanwhile, the adepts back here on the natural base trying to kill some workers. Does have 2 worker kills there. And another one there. And another one. And the full surround happens. Both adepts end up dead. Photon overcharge on this 3rd pylon just outside the creep. Able to keep the Mothership Core alive there. Did take some shots for sure. But now Serral's a little bit contained. A little bit contained. I'm not going to say it's a lot, but ShoWTimE's going for Resonating Glaives. Really wants these adepts to work for him. Also a robotics facility. Queen's trying to get rid of this pylon, but there we go. Another photon overcharge. There is enough for 3 more from this Mothership Core, but I think she's just going to abandon her pylon to its own fate as soon as this photon overcharge is done. And there it goes, getting 1 shot on a ling. Not enough to kill a ling with 1 shot. It does take 2. So that ling is going to live. Can tell its friends, hey guys, I got shot in the head by a photon overcharge and I lived to tell the tale. And they said, that's great. You have 9 hit points. If anything sneezes on you, you'll die. That's fantastic. A lair for Serral. Warp Prism on the way here for ShoWTimE. Roach Warren for Serral. Again, it's going to be Roach Ravager. I have to imagine some Warp Prism attacks with Adepts are pretty good, but not against Roach Ravager, especially if there are Ravagers out on the field with their Corrosive Bile to take those Warp Prisms down. ShoWTimE with a 3rd Nexus. Mothership Core with no kills, but has done a lot of damage with her Repulsor Cannon. 8 damage, range of 5, weapon speed 0.61, and does get her first kill. Oh, we witnessed her first kill. Oh, so nice. So nice indeed. Glial Reconstitution. Serral is also getting speed, finally, for his Lings. ShoWTimE getting, again, that 3rd Nexus, +1 ground weapons. And here goes the Warp Prism. Does it get scouted? Oh, no! It gets scouted by the Lings. They see it. Oh. And, yeah, I have to imagine Serral's going to be ready for this one. The Adepts do land to get some shots off, kill a couple Lings there, but just slowing down the attack. The more time it takes for ShoWTimE to get there, the more these Lings and Roaches are going to be ready for it. So I think ShoWTimE's going for it anyway. He recognizes he was spotted, but says, you know what? I'm going to make this work because I am ShoWTimE. A Ling immediately starts hitting that Warp Prism. That's what you want to do. Lings and Roaches. So 4 Adepts here against this number of Roaches. Yes, picks up and backs on out. ShoWTimE says, no. You know what? I thought I could do it, but on the other hand, I'm just going to go attack somewhere else. There's not a base down here to harass, which is actually good news for ShoWTimE. If Serral had a 4th, it might be a bit of a problem, but 3 base to 3 base definitely favors ShoWTimE. 2 Queens stabbing away at that Warp Prism. Meanwhile, back at home, ShoWTimE is making some Blink Stalkers. I like that. I like that very much. Overlord placement, fantastic by Serral. Seeing that Warp Prism heading up to the north, and the Roaches are ready. Serral just bouncing around. Some Hallucinated Phoenix rolling in, not doing much damage at all. Roaches ready here too. Warp Prism just backs on out. See, ShoWTimE isn't committed here. Recognizing that, you know what, if things aren't good, don't throw away your units for no reason. Hallucinated Phoenix making the Overlord scared for its life, but not actually taking any damage. This Overseer is scouting everything that ShoWTimE is doing. I like this. And there's the 4th base. There's the 4th base from Serral. I'm not sure that ShoWTimE is going to scout that, though. No, he doesn't see it, and he's just heading on home. So knowing the timing of that 4th base would be nice. Serral getting a Lurker Den. Getting +1 melee and Carapace, as well as Pneumatized Carapace, making his Overlords able to go faster, which is nice. Overlords are super slow as is. So Lings checking out this composition. It is Stalker, Adept, Sentry, no Immortals, which I find surprising. There's another robotics facility here. I have to imagine these are going to start turning out Immortals eventually. Just with the number of Roaches on the field, going to be so good. Blink Stalkers, though, still fantastic in these numbers against this many Lings. Blink just about to finish. More and more drones on the way. Income tab shows 67 to 72. Serral with a slight lead on that way. APM for both these players, over 200 for the game. And just Lings running around, just trying to bait ShoWTimE, trying to slow down this attack, I think is what he's doing here. Oh man, the Lings get a full surround on the... They're going to go for the Nexus. They're going to try to force a cancel here. I don't think that ShoWTimE can save this, and it's going to be so close. Oh man, he saved it. He saved it. The remaining Lings got out there. They figured it was better to scout, or at least try to scout. Couldn't quite get past that Zealot there, and they all got killed by these 4 Adepts, leaving those 4 Adepts behind. Brilliant play by ShoWTimE. He might have warped those in, actually. But again, it bought time. It bought time for Serral, and here comes the big attack. A lot of Stalkers, a lot of Adepts, and Sentries. But again, no Immortals. Here comes the first Disruptor, but I don't know if this composition is going to do very well against a Lurker spread like this, Ravager spread like this, upgrades, +1 Carapace, no missile attack though. It is not actually on the way either, +2/+2. I think Serral's going for Ultras eventually. Lings doing a quick scout in, seeing what they're dealing with, and here they come against 4 Adepts. Is it going to be enough? Excellent Sim City here by ShoWTimE. Purification Nova, oh, kills both groups of Lings. Serral not paying attention. What a Nova. What a Nova indeed. Corrosive Piles being thrown down onto the ground, or rather onto the creep. Serral is getting a Hive now, and 24 more Lings. So trying to do this with Lurkers for defense, a few Ravagers, and a bunch of Lings as he techs to Ultralisks. Which, great choice. Really good against Disruptors, Ultras. You really need Immortals as a Protoss player to deal with this, and I'm not sure that ShoWTimE will be ready. If Serral can get there, I think he's going to be alright. Is this just Lings? Yep, Ling drops. Heading on around the far edge of the map, hopefully not getting scouted by any observers. ShoWTimE coming up to harass this 5th base, and they are going to force a cancel. There's no way Serral's going to save this, and it does. There's the cancel. 225 minerals do return to the Zerg player. The drops are still going. What's the move speed on these guys with their upgrade? 2.63, so not the fastest in the world, but here comes a giant Ling counterattack. Oh boy, catching a cannon. Purification Nova getting dodged this time. Serral's paying attention. The whole army is being forced to retreat to deal with this. Catching another cannon. Could a Disruptor actually fall to Lings? That's not something you want to see as a Protoss player. And indeed, the Disruptor does fall. More Adepts come in to clean this up, though. ShoWTimE saying, I can handle this. I can handle that back there. But guess what? So many Lurkers. Purification Novas come on in, and two shots from a Nova is enough to kill a Lurker, but it's very slow going. And I don't know that ShoWTimE can do this quickly, at least. Another big Ling attack here. These are almost +2/+2 Lings, and there's the Ultra Cavern on the way. There's the +2/+2 just finishing as the drop finishes. I don't think Serral did that on purpose, but landing, killing these Adepts, killing a cannon, going after so many Workers. Workers are just getting massacred here as well. Up to 2, up to 3. Another Ling counterattack here, catching a Zealot. ShoWTimE is going to force a cancel on this 5th once again, but I'm not sure that Serral actually cares. He has Lings inside the main base of ShoWTimE. There are Adepts and there are Zealots cleaning up everybody here, but gateways are definitely falling. Is it enough to clean it up? We're going to have to wait and see. Immortal production now here from ShoWTimE. I think he recognizes what's going on. Saying, okay, this many Lings with this many upgrades, there's definitely going to be Ultras. Getting the Cybernetics Core would be a nice pickup. And indeed, there goes the Cyber Core. So no more Stalkers, no more Sentries. Another Ling run by. All of these Workers are absolutely dead unless they retreat, and they do. Is this enough DPS to take down this Nexus? That would be a massive play. Indeed, the recall home by ShoWTimE, though, I think this is enough to get rid of those Lings. And is the Ling threat over? Yes. Yes, it is. So Workers killed here. Serral's killed 19. ShoWTimE has killed 5. I think most of those were in the first couple minutes of the game. It's 192 to 173 total supply. Army supply, 134 to 93 in favor. Is that actually? It is. It's in favor of ShoWTimE. Huh. Dark Shrine, Templar Archives, Immortals in production for ShoWTimE. Aspire on the way. Chitinous Plating, +3/+3 for those melee units. Another Ling run by. Immortals not so good at killing them. But here goes another Ling group into the main base. Oh, the recall might save the robotics facility. No, it does not. These guys have adrenal glands, increasing their attack speed to 0.35. So fast. More Workers dying. A hold position here on the Lings. An excellent play indeed. Ravagers from the high ground killing stuff. Serral is everywhere, man. He is making this work. The Finnish player really representing his race well. What are these probes doing? No, probes don't attack up here. All right, probes ended up dead, I guess. Lurkers moving forward. I don't know if this is smart, man. I don't know if this is smart. The 5th base is on the way. Ultras in production. 5 of them at once for Serral. All right, so 5 Ultras against 2 Immortals. Are there 2 Immortals on the field? There are 3. There are 3. The Immortals do have +3 attack, 65 damage versus armored. DTs. Oh, wait. DT's getting warped in, and oh, those 2 get caught almost immediately. Yikes. But these guys, they're going to get this 5th base once again. Serral can't hang on to a 5th. That seems like a bit of a problem to me as Stalkers get caught out in the open there. Another Ling run by, keeping ShoWTimE inside the base. A dodge and a surround on the Disruptor. Yes, gets the full surround. The Disruptor ends up falling. That is such a huge pickup for Serral. So darn cost efficient. However, this base is gone. It's close. It's close, ladies and gentlemen. Lings trying to kill more stuff. The Adepts actually backing on out here, allowing these 2 Lings to go to town on the Workers. So many Workers are falling for ShoWTimE. It is now 49 to 76. Harvesters losing all these guys on the gas too. Lower gas income, not good at all for ShoWTimE. And he just can't get where he wants to go. There are Lurkers in spots he doesn't expect. He has to continue to come back around to try to deal with these Ling run-bys. Look at this. He hasn't been aggressive at all, except, again, for taking out this 5th base, which might be all that he needs. Corruptors on the way. Broodlords are going to be on the field from Serral. Oh, man, I love Broodlords so much. Is this more harassment? Yes, a Lurker on the high ground. Is it focusing down? This assimilator. Can it kill Workers that get in its range? I don't know. Meanwhile, another drop here with Dark Templar trying to kill more and more stuff. But there's an Overseer. There's an Ultra hanging out. That's not going to happen. Just blinks all over the place. Can the Lurker stabbing away at the Adept. They're armored. They take the full 30 damage to their face. Stalkers too. But no, enough units are here to clean that on up. Another drop. Just being annoying. I think, is ShoWTimE. And, oh, they do actually get the Ultra. Man, wow, 60 damage on those guys. More getting warped in here. This base is definitely going to fall. Thinking it's safe, the drones come back on in. No, Corrosive Bile, get that Warp Prism. Get the Warp Prism. No, it dodges. At the last second, it dodges. Oh, they get the hatch too, and here comes a big old push up the front. Broodlord's on the field. I don't think that ShoWTimE is ready for this. Does he have enough Stalkers? I don't think he does. He has a pretty good group here, but that's a lot of Broodlords in the air. What is it? 7 Broodlords, 4 Ultras, 4 Serral, and ShoWTimE just continuing to show why he is one of the best Protoss players on Earth. Spinecrawler here and an Overseer, enough to deal with this, but the harassment by ShoWTimE is continuous. He refuses to give up. Is this another Ling attack? It is another Ling attack. The Adepts are here and ready to go, but man, this many Lings with this good upgrades just evaporate the Adepts. Another set of Adepts does come in here. Is it enough to hold? No, so another one has to come in. Oh, a Zealot, actually, and he dies almost immediately. Now these Lings going to work on that Nexus. Pushing forward is Serral, being aggressive. As we get to the big view here. Gets rid of the minimap, which is kind of a problem, but that's okay. Broodlord's killing everything. The Ultras just kind of tried to protect. Meanwhile, I guess we need that minimap. Alright, so we need the minimap. The Lurkers are trying to hold here. Purification Nova's killing a bunch of them, though. Just going for it. Is this going to be a base race? ShoWTimE not looking to defend his bases whatsoever. Did these Lings kill this? No, they didn't. Where did they go? I do not know. So many workers falling. 16, 17 running. These fully upgraded Ultras with 8 armor are just crushing through everything. Some Ravagers walking through this. I think they were rallied or something. That's not good at all. It is definitely turning into an old-fashioned base race, ladies and gentlemen. Who will win the day? Lurkers taking down this Nexus. The income tab plummeting for both of these players. 29 to 32 Harvesters. DT's here trying to defend, but there's an Overseer in the air. Not going to happen. Mr. Dark Templar. The Stalkers inside the main base, taking out Queens, getting rid of Infestation Pits, getting rid of the Greater Spire before that upgrade can finish. Excellent pick off there. Good observational skills by ShoWTimE, but it is a base race for the ages. Hatchery being thrown down here by Serral. Finally gets that 5th base up, but I don't think he has any workers necessarily to harvest at it. He has 15 workers remaining. ShoWTimE only has 10. Broodlord, Lurker, Ultra, pretty good composition against Protoss. And at some point, is someone going to turn around, or are they just going to go ahead and say, we are absolutely going to base race, and that's it? Adepts are in here, just killing some workers. Not so good at killing buildings. And yeah, heading back here is ShoWTimE going after another hatch. 46 drones have died in the last couple minutes here. It's an absolute drone massacre, but the main base is also under attack. A huge flock of mutas for Serral. It's 109 to 95 total supply. I don't know who has the advantage here. I really don't. I like the composition from Serral, but Blink Stalker Immortal, I just think there's too much air units here for Serral to lose this. But you know what? I've been proven wrong. A hatch being thrown down in this main base. That's hilarious. The mutas, I think the mutas turned the tide here. If it was just Broodlord, Lurker, Ultra, I think ShoWTimE could pull it off, but man, that's a lot of Mutalisks. And here we go, trying to come up this ramp. No, Stalker's not good. They do get the Lurker. They take a bunch of shots, though, from these Broodlings, chasing down that one Stalker that has a total of 11 hit points remaining. Mutas taking out everything that they can from the air. And yeah, I mean, there's no way ShoWTimE's getting up this ramp. It's too much of a choke. There are too many Broodlords. He's going to try to set up shop over here, I think. Man, this game is absolutely nuts. Stalkers chasing around Overseers. This base, Roaches actually clean up the Adepts here. A replacement spawning pool for Serral. So dangerous to have it here, though. It's completely exposed. Alright, Muta's killing everything. ShoWTimE seems resigned that he's going to lose his main base entirely. Mutas are fast. They do have +1 flyer attack, giving them 10 damage, which is very useful in killing buildings. Adepts checking every single available base. They do find this one. They find this mining base, and all these drones are going to die. Run, drones, run, Serral. Your drones need to run, and no. Nope, they don't. Unfortunately for them, 85 drones killed by ShoWTimE, 95 probes killed by Serral. Oh, and here comes another Adept army. These Roaches not enough to hang on, and that's what I said. Having that spawning pool here is so dangerous because these units, there's really nothing to defend at this point. Hatchery being turned into a lair. A fairly good bank for Serral. I'm not sure what he's planning on doing with that lair, but coming again, trying to make sure there's not a base taken here by the Zerg. I wonder how many resources are available on these. Can't quite tell unless you can see it. Another hatchery falling. Small groups of adepts running around, desperately trying to live. Yep, chasing the shades. These adepts are going to die. They're way too far from home. They're way too far from support. And anything that Serral can kill here is going to be worth it for him. Same thing for ShoWTimE. Any buildings he can kill, any workers he can kill, this is exactly what he needs to be doing. Army supply. Once again, 79 to 96. Serral looking good. 13 to 1 workers. Is there a single probe on the field? There is. Oh no, ShoWTimE. Not many workers at all. He is incredibly supply blocked too, so we can't even make more workers. Oh, this is brutal. This is very sad indeed. Units tab. 3 Immortals, 8 Adepts, 12 Stalkers, 1 Disruptor, and 3 Sentries for ShoWTimE. Meanwhile, Serral has 18 Mutas, 7... I mean, there's just too much here. I think Serral has it. As he continues to resaturate this 5th base, despite losing everything, every once in a while, splitting off a small group of hallucinated phoenixes to check to make sure this base is not resaturated. But guess what? It is... What is that? Oh, that's a changeling. I'm like, why is there a red thing down here? That's a changeling. That's okay. Muta's finding a pylon. Might as well kill that guy too. Killing all the buildings they can. Is this the only building? These pylons can be photon overcharge. Mothership core can photon overcharge every single one of these at once. Is enough to hold off the mutas, but I don't know with the broodlords. I think Serral just needs to go for it. I think he needs to get to the point as the mutas are harassing. Did they get that last probe? Nope, still 1. Oh, there he is. There's the probe. Hello, probe. More workers getting killed here by adepts. Serral keeps trying to make this work, but I don't think it's in the cards. Drones bouncing back and forth, running for their lives. They are faster than adepts, as you can see. There are places they can go, possibly go here for a super long distance mine from 3 total mineral patches that are essentially harvested out. Mutas, can they catch the mothership core? Yes! They get the mothership core. They lose a couple mutas there, but a blink on top of these guys on the weakened mutas. Take out a couple of them. That was probably fair, though. Alright, I think now Serral's going to go for it. The mothership core is gone. Can't really make another one because, again, supply blocked is ShoWTimE. Yeah, I mean, losing this hatch, not a big deal. The muta's flying around, possibly trying to save it. Way, way too late to do that, though. The Blink Stalker group is on its own. And all that's left here are things that can't really shoot up. Sentries aren't good at shooting up. That's for sure. Taking another base, though, is Serral here at the 22-minute mark. Taking ShoWTimE's 3rd base for his own. Can the army do this? I think ShoWTimE recognizes he needs to try. Purification Nova runs on in. Weakens 2 of the lurkers. Nicely done. Indeed. Blinking on top of the Broodlords. Getting 1 nice blink there by ShoWTimE. Protoss players root, man. Root for ShoWTimE. One of the Stalkers dies, though. That's a big deal. That's a big deal. Oh, mutas and broodlords. Broodlords trying to stick in the dead space here. Can he get the Nexus? Yeah, this is not good. Broodlords in this part of the air. There's nothing that ShoWTimE can do about this. There's really not. This Nexus is down to 300 total hit points. There's an observer following everybody around. The Overseer sees it, but nothing here can shoot up. Yeah, I mean, he can just do this pretty much as long as the day is, which is 24 hours, if he wanted to. Muta's still looking for additional bases, making sure he's not getting sneaked, and that's it. A GG from ShoWTimE. ShoWTimE's defeated, Serral's victorious, and ShoWTimE has left the game. Man, I like that one. That was a good game. Anytime you have a player setting up shop in their opponent's main, you know it's a good game. So well played there by Serral. Again, I loved the composition. Broodlord, Ultra, Muta, Lurker with an Infestor in there too. Just fantastic. ShoWTimE tried to react. He tried to react to what Serral was doing. Got Immortals when he recognized there were Ultras coming. That was fantastic. But I don't think he scouted that Broodlord tech until it was a little bit too late. He had a bunch of Stalkers, but I don't think it was necessarily enough. He just kind of got stuck in this like Sentry Adept composition with Broodlords in the air. Those units aren't necessarily very useful. So tough loss there from ShoWTimE, but excellent win by Serral. I think this is the first game of his I've cast on this channel, and I need to do some more. He was great. But alright, that's it from me. This has been Falcon Paladin with yet another daily Legacy of the Void upload. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter and Facebook. both at /FalconPaladin. I do promise to post things just besides links to my casts. I know how boring that is, but I try to find funny pictures and interesting news to StarCraft. So again, check me out on those social media networks. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate your support, and you take care of yourself.